Now, like I've said previously, Nigeria is an arch rival of Argentina, despite the fact that they are playing different continents, with Argentina playing in America and Nigeria playing in Africa. But if you look at it from a deeper sense, you will discover that these two nations are rivals when it comes to international competitions. And the reason why I said so is what I will be exposing in today's video. Let me bring this to our knowledge. Cristiano Ronaldo, who is an arch rival of Lionel Messi, there is a record that Cristiano has when it comes to the World Cup that Lionel Messi can never have again. Now, what is that record? Well, I'm going to answer that question for those of you who are watching the video right now. Cristiano is the only player who has scored in all the 5 World Cups that he has played. You will discover that in these 5 World Cups that Cristiano has played, he has scored in all the competition, beginning from Germany 2006, even to Qatar 2022. But Lionel Messi, on the other hand, he couldn't score in the World Cup 2010 that was hosted in South Africa. Now, why couldn't he score? He himself confirmed to you that it was Nigeria and Vicente that prevented him not to score in that World Cup. Because we all know that in that game between Argentina and Nigeria, we all know that Lionel Messi was shooting accurate shots to the goalpost of Nigeria in that game. And we all know that those shots were accurately saved by Vicente accurately. Those shots were accurately saved by Vicente consecutively. Lionel Messi himself confirmed to this later when they group again in Brazil 2014. You will discover that in that game, Vicente and Lionel Messi were seen shouting. And later after that game, when Lionel Messi was interviewed in the post-match press conference, he said that he told Yama that he was the one who prevented him not to score in the World Cup 4 years ago that was hosted in South Africa. Discover that in every World Cups that Nigeria have qualified for, ended up group with Argentina, excluding France 98 that they did group with Argentina, because in Germany 2006, Nigeria didn't qualify, and also in Qatar 2022, which is the last World Cup, Nigeria didn't qualify also. And not only that, if you look at the games between Argentina and Nigeria, even in the group stage, you will discover that it is not always an easy game on the side of Argentina. Because after those games, when Argentina players are being interviewed in the post-match press conference, they ended up saying that Nigeria is like a bone on their throat in the World Cup. That they prefer playing against other African nations rather than Nigeria. That Nigeria is always like a bone on their throat. Because in those games, even though Argentina ended up winning those games, you will discover that it is only one goal separating the two sides. Maybe Argentina will end up winning the game 2-1, or 1-0, or 3-2, like that of Brazil 2014. Because we all know that 2014 World Cup, the game was like a battle between Lionel Messi of Argentina and Ahmed Musa of Nigeria. We all know how tough that game was. Now, what about the other 20 World Cup many years ago? We all know that Nigeria and Argentina also came to win in the final. And it was not an easy game. Though Argentina won that game 2-1, because we all know that it was penalty that Lionel Messi scored for Argentina, which gave Argentina the lead. And Bassi of Nigeria scored the equalizer, which tied the game. And later on, Lionel Messi also scored another penalty, which put Argentina ahead. And that's how Argentina won that game 2-1 against Nigeria. What about the Olympic final 2008? It was also an Argentina versus Nigeria in the final, and the game ended 1-0 in favor of Argentina, with Di Maria scoring the goal. And it was not an easy game, because with Argentina winning that game only, you can see that it is not an easy game on the side of Argentina. So you can discover that in all the meetings that Nigeria and Argentina have met in a competitive competition, it's normally 1 goal separating them. So you can see that Nigeria is not an underdog to Argentina, because if Nigeria is an underdog, you will discover that Nigeria will be thrashed by Argentina, maybe 4-0, 3-0, 4-1, or maybe 3-0, like they are thrashing other underdog teams in America. So you can start with all this. Nigeria is in a way resisting Argentina in all their meetings. And now let's not forget, in Atlanta 96 Olympic, Nigeria defeated Argentina 3-2, and Nigeria won that Olympic in Atlanta. So with all this put together, you will see that Nigeria has been an arch rival of Argentina. If you look at it from historical context, in the 20 World Cup, even in the Olympic, and even the FIFA World Cup, it has always been Argentina and Nigeria, maybe in the group stage or in the final. And those games are not really easy. And like I've said before, after those games, when Argentina players are being interviewed in the post-match press conference, they are concurring to it. They are saying that Nigeria is always like a bone on their throat. And they prefer, if they can avoid Nigeria, play against all other African nations, opponents like Senegal, Algeria, South Africa, or any other opponent, that they don't want Nigeria, that Nigeria is like a bone on their throat. So with all this, frankly speaking, I can say that in a way, Nigeria is like a rival to Argentina. Thank you.